Welcome to Warsaw, Poland. We are here for the ENBL quarterfinal action, and we have the home team, Dziki Warsaw, taking on the visitors from Germany, Bamberg Baskets. Well, it's a home and away situation here in the quarterfinals, the first game of the quarterfinals for both these two teams. And let's look back a little bit at the history, especially from the visitors right now, who are being announced onto the gym. Bamberg Baskets, hailing from Germany. They finished 7-1 in Group B, and that was good enough for second place for them, and that is why they are playing in this quarterfinal action here today. Obviously, a lot of players that we can talk about on this team, but they do have a good solid group of 4 players who almost score in double figures. I'm talking 4 or 5 key players. For me, well, let's talk about key. Has to be Keyshawn Fiesel, 13 points a game. You saw him come out a little bit earlier there in the lineup. Is he going to be able to produce? Because right now, I promise you, Bamberg, if they can come up with a road win in the first quarterfinal game, they're going to have to be feeling good when they turn around and play at home, which will be back on, I believe it's not next week, but the week after, 19th of March is going to be the second of this quarterfinal action. And now the home team, who have been exceptionally good at home this season in the ENBL. They are on a little bit of a skid in the Polish Basketball League, but you know what? Let's put that behind us right now, because all you need to worry about is getting a win in the quarterfinals of the ENBL here tonight. So we talked about Bamberg. Let's talk about Warsaw now. 6-2 in the regular season, and that was good enough for a third place finish in Group A. And I mentioned it; they've been pretty good at home in the European North Basketball League. 3-1. They lost to Newcastle. No surprise. You saw the rankings come up there earlier. Newcastle had a very, very good season this year, and kind of a loss, I guess you could say, you would expect. Really, if you look at statistic-wise, these two teams, obviously I talked about Keyshawn Fiesel. I think he's going to have to be huge for the visitors. I'm going to go, I gotta love number 21, Yanari Yoisar. Over 10 points a game. He rebounds. He contributes as far as assists go as well. He's going to have a big lineup. Well, it is the handshake by the two coaches there. Obviously, from the visitors, Anton Gavel and Mr. Sablowski, who is the head coach of the home team, Warsaw, as they are just going to finish their lineups right now. And hopefully we'll get a look possibly at the referees. If not, we will give them a shout out, because we have to give them credit. They are definitely the third team on the floor tonight as well. And we know these two teams are they're going to play each other not next week, but the week after, March 19th. Obviously, those of you who are following, you know how this system works. And a road win would be great, but Warsaw right now, they have their sights set on which would be an upset if you look at how the season went, as we're going to have a quick pause for the playing of the national anthems. you have it, the national anthems, and we are roughly just under 3 minutes away here from tip-off, as players are going to get some speed layups in before they head to the bench to get some last-minute, I don't want to say advice, maybe game plan, strategics heading into tip-off here with their coaches. As well, if you are just tuning in, this is quarterfinal action, and there are the home fans hailing from Poland, Warsaw, and they're taking on visitors who have had a very good season. Both teams, I don't want to say struggling because there's a lot of games left in the regular season of their domestic leagues. So the Polish league and obviously the German league, and a little bit of a losing skid, you could say, for both teams in the last month or so. And what a way to get your season back on track if you can come up with a big quarterfinal win here tonight. ENBL action. They're going to play each other again in 2 weeks as well. They're going to the benches and making sure his coach looks good there. I think it was Woolrath, getting some of the, I don't know if it was a dandruff off of the assistant coach's jacket. But you know what? Light and loose is the way you have to do it, especially when you're playing on the road. You don't want the pressure to really get to you. Knowing that teams typically shoot better when they are at home than they do away, obviously, and some last free throws there going up. And I mentioned it, but if you're just tuning in, obviously Warsaw, they finished third in Group A, 6-2 record during the regular season. And, well, that is the home team's starting lineup. So not bad. I mean, I think Denzel Anderson has had a great season. Obviously, I talked about Yorisar before the game started. I think he has to be a huge, huge contributor for them. Obviously, I'm a big fan. Those of you who follow this team as well, I think you would be as well, of Szlachecka. Um, and right now, I mean, I think at playoff time, because we can look at statistics all game long. I can give you statistics of how the regular season went, how they're doing in also their Polish league. It doesn't matter. This is playoff time, and other people are going to have to step up. You have the people who have been averaging over 10 points a game, 12 points a game, 13 points a game. It's great. But who else is going to step up? And it's going to have to be maybe one of those bench players, a 6th, 7th person off the bench. Maybe it's going to be a surprise. This is what it's like at this time of the season. As you see Bamberg Baskets their bench, and we saw their starting lineup come up just shortly before this. Obviously, I mentioned it, for me, key to the game for this traveling team has to be Keyshawn Fiesel. And it's going to be who else can get ready to knock down some shots, get some stops, do exactly what his team needs in that moment when they check into the game. And just a quick shout out to, like I said, the third team on the floor tonight. There it is, crew chief Ian McDonald, Michal Kuzia, and Anna Belosava are going to be calling tonight's game. Well, good afternoon, folks, or good evening, wherever you are watching for. It is quarterfinal action here of the European North Basketball League, and we have the visitors winning the tip ball from Bamberg Baskets, hailing from Germany, as they are going off against the home team, Dziki Warsaw. And, well, that's a quick foul underneath, as not too happy with that foul. I believe it was Fulkerson called for it. So good job there by Stanic, standing his ground. Easily get the ball inbounded now. And tough defense there, almost turn it over. And a good job on the trap, on the sideline, can't come up with it, and that shot's off the back of the iron. And now Warsaw, their first possession on offense, can they make it count? Could this be what kind of a game it's going to be for them. Maybe a statement score on the first possession. Nice little action to start the game, and that's a wide open three-point bucket and doesn't go in. I didn't see the foul from my angle, and I think I needed to be seated on the other side of the court, and I'm not. So going to the free throw line for, I believe it was 3 free throw attempts, if I'm not wrong, is that man right there. So nice action, 2 early fouls in this game, 1 by each team. And that's Anderson at the line, trying to make his free throws count. And 2-2, he's got 1 more as he was fouled on that three-point attempt. Not what you want to see, fouling shooters from a, I don't want to say low percentage shot, because obviously Anderson, he's a good three-point shooter. He's proven it all season long. But you can't foul shooters that far away from the basket. So 3-0 for the home team. As well, they go inside. They threw a foul the last time that they did that. That time, skip pass, little penetration, nice little hang time, and an easy 2-point bucket for Noah Locke as he gets the first points for the visitors. Bamberg. Nice patience and ball movement here, almost like a matchup man-to-man zone by Bamberg to start the game, and just a strong move, nice pass, Fulkerson rolling to the basket, and no one there to help him. So 2 great possessions, I would say, for the home team from Warsaw. As really making Bamberg have to defend that entire possession. And no call on that one. So no real numbers, but an opportunity to push the tempo a little bit. As running their transition defense, go inside, cutters, and strong cut leads to an open three-point shot. It was a good-looking shot, hit back of the rim. And defensive rebound now. Good job pushing it up the court. They go straight inside. Help side comes, kicks it back out, wants another screen, already drew the mismatch. No, he wants to try and find the mismatch, I should say. So that shot off the mark. Well, miscommunication definitely on defense, and obviously you see him lower his head there. E.B. Watson wide open, can't get any more wide open than that shot, and just not able to convert. We're at 5-2 and roughly 3 minutes into the game here in Poland. Spin move, oh, great baseline cut, and nice heads up play there. Defender turns his head, and that's what good players do, is Szlachecka. Nice veteran move almost there, cutting to the basket. Defender watching the ball, got stuck watching the ball, I should say. And on the other end, no good. That's a great offensive rebound though. And takes his time, gets the defenders off the ground. I believe it's Horvath. So Horvath's first 2 points of the game as well. That roll was open before. This time can't convert. We're going to go to the free throw line is Fulkerson. And I would say a nice little start by both these teams. Early in this game, you know, we know that obviously Warsaw, one of the better scoring teams in this competition. They're almost at 87 points a game. And a decent free throw shooting team as well. Obviously, you've scored that many times, you obviously have to be an okay free throw shooting team in general. They've struggled a few times in this season in the ENBL, but if you count They're obviously their Polish league games as well. So, well, first substitution of the game, Fulkerson going out, getting a little bit of a breather and some advice there quickly from coach as he checks out of the game. And a little bit of full court pressure here after those made free throws. Doubled the score now. Warsaw up 8-4 on the visitors. Bamberg Baskets. And that shot, no good. Front rim again. So stalled a little offensively for Bamberg. And I think it's going to be a traveling call. And a turnover, if I'm not. Let's take a look. Oh no, sorry. It's going to be a foul on the floor before the shot, though. And, well, a few fouls called here. Bamberg Baskets, they want to play more aggressive defensively and not working out of them. So they're going to have to adjust to the way that the referees are calling this game. And it's still early, and it's absolutely something that you can do. Well, we had a nice back cut before. That one was read well by the defense and also comes up with the steal is, I believe it was Watson. And this time they go inside, hesitation, and boy, was that easy basket needed for Bamberg. It had been a couple minutes since their last made basket. And only trailing by 2. Force the mismatch again. They go inside to the mismatch. And, well, not much Teta can do other than really foul because he was giving up a mismatch. Problem is now the next Bamberg foul is going to put Warsaw to the free throw line, and we still have 5 minutes to play in this first quarter. I understand the foul. Take a foul instead of giving up an easy basket. Easy basket is definitely a mismatch inside. And it's just, you know, some of those early fouls where they were a little bit too aggressive, it might turn back and hurt them a little bit. Well, good job there by Anderson getting all the way to the basket off of that offensive rebound from the out of bounds play. Now Bamberg back up to trailing by 4. Nice pick and pop situation, but that ball is well long as it hits a lot of backboard. And silly, silly foul. That was a frustration foul, I think, by Stanic, as he's going to go to the bench, and that is not what you want to see, especially if you are a coach. Here's that drive by Anderson as he gets all the way inside the paint. And, well, good news is that man, Fiesel, checking in to the game. I said it, I think he's going to be the difference maker, and a big reason if Bamberg Baskets can get a win on the road. As, you know, we can go back and look at that foul by Stanic. Just not what you want to see by one of your starters taking a foul and an easy opportunity to score at the free throw line. Good news is they only went 1 for 2 if you're a Bamberg Baskets fan. Well, they've definitely had open shots, and that one is good by Tata. And desperately needed their first 3-point shot that has gone in, I believe. They've had good looks, ball hitting front of the rim, back of the rim, and, well, there you go. What do? You face up, got a little bit of a height difference, and an easy 2-point basket there for Andre Wiesen. And how about that? It was E.B. Watson who missed a couple open looks to start this game. That time got his feet set coming off that stagger. Held his hand up, watched the ball go through the hoop, and then hustles back on defense. And how quickly the game can turn. What was a 4-6-point lead is now only a 1-point lead. But again, another foul and a trip to the free throw line for Warsaw. And yeah, easy call by the referee. Just a good job sweeping the ball, driving directly to the basket, and not much there Watson could do as he had two hands on the offensive player and an easy call from the referee. This is going to be the 8th and 9th trip to the free throw line, I believe. And if you compare that, we'll take comparisons of the statistic for you guys at the end of this quarter in between the two quarters. But right now, Bamberg basket's not a single free throw attempt. Well, trying to make something happen is Lofton. Give me a skip pass. Good job attacking the closeout. And, well, not sure if that ball was hit, but it doesn't matter because Kramer there for the offensive rebound. And the putback still trailing by 1. And this time it's going to be a traveling call. So nice defensive action there by Worath. Oh yeah, easy call for the referee. Picked up his pivot foot. And just aggressive defense leading to good things on the other end. Well, got to tag the roller, and that's why that three-point shot was open and not able to hold on to the ball, though. So it is going to stay Bamberg possessions here on the sideline. So nice roll by the big man. Wasn't able to see him as we're going to see the hustle play that just did not work out. It was Bartosz there trying to hustle, ends up knocking it off of himself. And that shot by Lofton is good. And for the first time in a long time, actually, no, for the first time in this game, Bamberg Baskets have taken the lead 15-16. We have 2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And that three-point shot is good by Mula. And nice shooting. Started a little slow for both these teams and definitely becoming more comfortable as that's going to be out of bounds and a turnover. So ball back. And this is becoming a game of back and forth, and it's exactly what you expect at this time of the season. Anderson has it. He gives it up. In the middle, no good. Good defensive possession. Shot clock's winding down. They're aware, though, and just an easy basket. Great patience there. Mula, the recipient of the patience of his teammates. And, well, you play good defense for roughly 21 seconds, but a defensive possession is 24 seconds, and this is a playoff. You got to give every effort, every possession, no matter how long it is, how tired you are. And good job, pick and roll action there. And an easy basket for Diesel. As that three-point shot off the mark, a minute away until a little bit of a break between the quarters, and it has been back and forth, 20-18. Well, he can do it underneath, but he also showing his range there as he steps outside and knocks down a three-point bucket to lead back to Bamberg Baskets. And it has been back and forth the last 4 minutes of this first quarter, 20-21. Nice spin move, baseline. Oh, it's going to be an offensive foul call, though. I think he's going to say it was a hooking with his elbow, if I'm not mistaken. Take a look here. Yeah, that left arm. Unfortunately, it was a good spin move. That left arm, he just sort of hooked him. Well, Bamberg Baskets now have an opportunity to go for a 2-for-1 if they want, or they'll take their time and try and use as much of the game clock and the shot clock. And ball will be back to Warsaw. They will have one last chance. And is Wiesel gives it up. That three-point shot well short. I imagine it's going to be one last possession, one last shot attempt here in the quarter for Dziki Warsaw. Spin move. And not sure if it was a shot attempt. That's going to be a heave. It will not count, I don't believe. Either way, it was off the mark. And talk about a game of back and forth, especially the last couple minutes of the first quarter. And like I said, exactly what you expect. We are 20-21 after 10 minutes of play. Well, what a first quarter of basketball, and it shows you how important this game is to both these teams. I thought Warsaw were great coming out at the beginning. Obviously, they were very aggressive, getting to the free throw line, which has paid off for them greatly. They're 7-9 from the free throw line compared to 0 of 0, 0 of 0 for the visitors, Bamberg Baskets. And you could say, maybe Bamberg put themselves in a situation where, they got into bonus a little bit too early and, then every foul leading forward after the 5-minute mark, Warsaw were going to go to the free throw line. So you couldn't defend as aggressively as you want. And I'm sure that's going to be a point for Coach Gavel in his timeout here before the second quarter starts, saying, you know what, guys, we can't make silly fouls and put Warsaw to the free throw line. Imagine you would cut that down by, let's say, half. You would be leading by double possessions, 2 possessions or more right now. But Warsaw, good job, good aggressiveness, good awareness of how the referees are calling the game. Stay aggressive. It's where you have had your most success so far in this game. As looks like we have a little bit of a water issue. And there he is, Anton Gavel for Bamberg Baskets. And let's see what his team is going to change. I would say defensively to try and not put Warsaw to the free throw line as much as we saw in that first quarter. Again, nice type of action. We saw it to start the play as well. I like the movement that time. Obviously a turnover, but I really like the calmness and the movement, the speed of this home team in white. Can that be the second three-point shot? No good. Already made one. The nice rebound there. And well, talked about fouls. I understand wanting to slow down the break and using fouls when you have them. But Mueller needs to be aware that in the first quarter, his team struggled with fouls, as that three-point basket, no good. Big rebound there by Fiesel. Up to Fiesel. Fiesel passes it, little pitch pass on the handoff. And Mueller not able to hold on to it, so ball back to Warsaw. A couple turnovers early here in the second quarter. Oh, how about that spin move, folks? Nice little kiss off the gas is the big man, Wesson. Andre Wesson showing up. He got called for an offensive foul on a spin move in the first quarter. That time, absolutely no offensive foul and no way to stop that, as it's going to be a rebounding foul. So doing it on both ends of the court is the big man, Andre Wesson, excuse me. Yeah, Craig Mueller there just coming a little bit too aggressive over the back. And Warsaw now 1-point lead, 22-21. Second quarter action. If you were just tuning in, this is the first game Nice break out there. Good job. Nice pass up ahead there. As Keyshawn says, don't miss that close to the basket. He throws it down and fight for the rebound, but you're both on the same team. Patience now as they get the ball over the court easily. Little hesitation. Basil gave it up, and nice strong take. I don't know if the referee was going to call out of bounds or a foul, but Lofton has earned himself a trip to the free throw line. And it might have been on the pass, though, when we get to watch it. Here it is. How about them apples, folks? Good job running the floor hard, especially your big man. And knocks down the first. So I thought on the replay, it kind of looked like Kyle Lofton might have been trying to pass that ball on the baseline penetration, but that's why I'm sitting here with a headset and microphone on, and the referees are on the court with these two teams. Oh, great pass. And excellent pass. And nice little shot fake. Look at this. Absolutely perfect pass. You could not ask for a better pass, as Walkers is going to earn himself a trip to the free throw line. And, you know, that's where they have had the majority of their successes. Their first free throw attempts in the second quarter. And make that 9 of 11 in the game from the free throw line for Wausau. Really keeping them in the game has been their free throw shooting and the amount of times that they were able to get to it. So not just their shooting percentage, but also 10 times, 11 times, 9 of 11 I think we're at, is a great percentage of free throw attempts for this early in a game, as that three-point shot by the lefty is off the mark. Hustle play, and it works out. Not really a break, as Bamberg tries to, try to foul, not able to, gets all the way to the basket, and it's no good. And now a little bit hectic on the other way, and a one-hand flush. Not able to do it, but basket doesn't count, and that's exactly what you want if you're a coach. You say to your team, don't foul, don't give up an and one. If you're going to foul, make sure they don't score, and that's exactly what happened there on the hustle play back on the defensive end. So Moritz Creamer here heading to the free throw line for the third and fourth, I would say, the second trip free throw attempts for this Bamberg team, and both those trips coming here in the second quarter. And lead back up to 2 for Bamberg Baskets. Go inside to the big man. They do get it inside, and well, I think it was Stanich there, a little bit over aggressive, thought he was going to be able to come up with the steal, and that was just an easy sort of catch, spin move, baseline, and a 2-point bucket, and a turnover on the other end. So ball back to Warsaw. And talk about lead changes. We'll talk about that a little bit at halftime. And this game has really been back and forth the majority of the game. Warsaw came out strong, I would say that Bamberg baskets, they had good shots, hit front of the rim, hit back of the rim, that they were good shots, just not falling until the second part of that first quarter. And since then, it has really been back and forth. And you got to love the fans. You absolutely got to love the band, especially in these European teams. It's an atmosphere that you don't really experience, I would say, maybe in North America. And I mean, those are local bands, folks. These aren't university bands. How cool is that? Well, corner 3-point shot is no good. And defensive rebound is pulled down. And Bamberg now with an opportunity to take back the lead. Can they do it? Log pass is well read and tipped. And that is going to be a foul. I think it was going against Lofton. And again, just a foul to slow down the break. And this time it's okay, but there's still a lot of time to play. They only have one foul. No, sorry, that's it. So again, if Warsaw stays aggressive, we could see them back on the free throw line for the entire second part of the second quarter, which, like I said, has been a big part of their success. But not if they do that, as they turn the ball over and give it right back. And not only able to take advantage of the opportunity given to them. Well, can't be any closer than 26 apiece with 5.5 remaining before halftime. And nice little fake, little bit of a hang time. And another trip to the free throw line, and that is the 15th foul. So Warsaw now, if they can stay aggressive, force Bamberg to foul. Even if it's away from the shot, you know that they're going to go to the free throw line where they have had their best shooting success in this game. 9 of 11, they're at 81%. And make that 10 of 12. Oh, good job there by Mokros. Warsaw jump back up to a 2-point lead again. A little bit of full court pressure here. 2-2-1. Trying to slow down the tempo, it looks like. Falling back into a man defense, though. A little hesitation there by Dziki. He's been quiet. He's had a great season this year. Ronaldo Dziki, number 10. There he is right there on defense. We'll talk a little bit about him at halftime because he's been a big part of Bamberg's success this season, and the growth that that man has had has been amazing to see throughout the course of the season. We still have a lot of season left, folks. This is only quarterfinal action. German league is still going on. And, well, what do you do when you go that aggressive to the basket and you have no more fouls to give? You have to give up an easy layup. And, well, Schlehetka says, you know what? If you can't stop me, I'm going to slash, I'm going to drive. And good job there. I didn't see it in the action, but it was a great job there by the big man, kind of sealing off his defender and opening up that lane line. And we have a timeout on the floor. First timeout, I believe, in this game. And first timeout, obviously, for Coach Anton Gavel. And, well, you can just kind of imagine what he's saying. And again, sometimes I'd love to be a fly on the bench or a fly on the wall at halftime in locker rooms sometimes. And I think the biggest thing right now, you've already put Warsaw to the free throw line 13 times a game. They're doing a good job knocking down their free throws, but how are you expected to play aggressive defense? As we get to see some of the highlights from the first half already, how can you play aggressive defense as aggressively if you want to when, you know, in each quarter, Warsaw has been in the bonus, getting to go to the free throw line at around the 5-minute mark, 5.5-minute mark. Well, let's see what Coach drew up offensively and what he maybe is changing defensively. Zegu gets the ball back. And great job. Nice penetration. Kind of lulled his defender a little bit to sleep there. And talk about first step quickness. A prime example of that was that play right there. And well, true, gives up a little bit of height, a little bit of strength on the defensive end, as here they decided, you know what, we're just going to go ahead, post him up. What's he going to do? Foul? Nope, no foul there. But great patience, nice little spin move. And hustling back on defense is, well, I believe it was mistaken. He scored on the other end. Savage, right? Yeah, I think he scored on the other end. No one picked up his deflayer, and not much he could do to get back up in front. So ends up just picking up a foul. And 2 quick fouls here by Warsaw. And a lot of it has to do with the aggressiveness of that man right there, as he's drawn the last 2 fouls as well. And that one's going to be a reach-in foul on Mokros. And this time we've seen his quickness. And how about his outside shooting? That shot no good. And it will stay Bamberg Basket's ball, though, as it was touched on the way out by a white jersey. Dziki doesn't shoot a lot of threes, you can really say. It is a part of his game that he has definitely been working on and is trying to get better at. And that time gets all the way to the rim. Might have been able to finish with his left hand. Instead, sees a big man cutting to the basket on the baseline. So, well, 3 defensive possessions leads to 3 defensive fouls for Warsaw. And a trip to the free throw line for Stanic. And we have a Warsaw timeout with a few minutes remaining here. And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach wants to change something a little bit defensively, especially with the pick, with the actions that Ronaldo Zegu is involved in, because his quickness right now. Sorry about that. Got caught off by the timeout. And, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Warsaw change up something defensively, because Ronaldo Zegu more or less has created 3 defensive fouls for Warsaw just with his speed and getting to the basket. And I imagine they're going to want to try and do something a little bit different defensively to try and slow him down and keep him out of the paint, keep him out of creating. As soon as he gets to the paint too, not only can he score, I mean, he averages over 10 points a game, over 12 points a game, I should say, but he's also incredibly efficient as finding his teammates, as he has over 5 assists per game as well. Well, 32-31, Warsaw holding on to the slight lead here, but not with that offensive foul, though. And Wilkerson, let's take a look here. Well, not able to see it, just wasn't able to get his feet set. It was kind of like a a ghost screen, and then he was supposed to come back and screen someone else and just not able to get his feet set and set up that screen. So Bamberg, it's been a while since they have taken the lead, but they have taken the lead here. We have just over 3 minutes to play, and that's a fast break. Easy 2-point bucket for Filip Stanic. Good job there. Big man running the floor. And also great court awareness by his teammates that knew he was getting out and running hard. 35-32, Warsaw have been up most of the second quarter, and Bamberg just staying around and now able to take the lead on the last couple of possessions. Great backdoor cut and finish there, though, is not going away anytime soon, is Dziki Warsaw. Penetration kick, that shot, back iron. Good looking shot there by Noah Locke. Not able to convert though. Now a little bit of an opportunity. That is a wide open 3-point bucket off the rim. A lot of rim. And well, mentioned, maybe not known as the best 3-point shooter, but getting to the basket, that little bit of a pull up. I think, Ronaldo Zigu does it one of the best in this ENBL season. And just out of university, a couple years out of university, I guess you could say. And we have another Warsaw timeout. As obviously coaches, they get 2 timeouts in the first half, and if they don't use them, they lose them. So definitely most coaches are going to want to take an opportunity and use their timeouts, maybe change up something, maybe write up a play, finish out these last couple minutes here of the first half. So Bamberg Baskets don't get to go on a little bit of a roll, especially when you're playing at home. You don't want to let the away team feel comfortable heading into the locker room at halftime. Oh, couple nice fast break baskets, dunks by Bamberg in the first half here. That time it was Stanic. We saw Fiesel get out, run the break, rewarded. And it is 34-37. We got 2 minutes until the halftime break. And let's see what Coach Zablowski drew up for this team, home team in white. And nice little hook shot, nice patience there by Bartosz. So Warsaw, they've cut the lead back to 1. And that shot no good, but a good offensive rebound. And 0 hesitation on that pull-up jump shot after. We got a 3-on-2 break. No, good job getting back on defense. Quick 3-point shot, front rim, not there. Able to get his own miss though, and able to put it up with a little bit of contact. So great heads-up play there. Schletzka. That 3-point shot was in. He was kind of falling forward. Ball just fell into his hands and just goes straight back up to the basket. Don't forget, Bamberg Baskets, they can't foul. And missed alley-oop there. So what was a Bamberg lead by 4 has now become a Warsaw lead by 1, and had the mismatch inside, no good. But I believe the ball or the foot there of Lofton was out of bounds. So it is going to stay Warsaw ball. We got under a minute to play until halftime. And good hustle play, just not a beat to play. Not what the referee on the baseline says, who has a much better angle than you and I do. Probably than Lofton does as well, actually. They go inside. Don't forget, can't be too aggressive. And that's a tough fadeaway. That was good defense there. Great offensive rebound. And pass underneath. Nice little reverse finish. So great hustle play on the offensive glass. leads to a 2-point bucket, and it is a 3-point possession lead for Warsaw. We have a Bamberg timeout coming up. Talked about Yanari Yoisar before the game. One of my key matchups, key players to watch heading into this game. Just does a little bit of everything for them. And that's what we have seen, I think, to start this game. He has 6 points. He's played over 14 minutes, but 6 points, 6 rebounds. Perfect from the free throw line, 2 of 4 from the field. Can't really ask much more of a clean game there by number 21, Yanari Yoisar. Had a good season, having a good season also in the Polish League, not just in the European North Basketball League. But right now, guess what? Counts. It's the ENBLeague, and getting a win tonight at home so you can get out of this quarterfinals action. Oh. See what Coach Gavel, there he is, what he has set up. A little bit of full court pressure here by White. When they turn it over, they're going to get the ball back. Well, oh, wow. What a heads up play, I guess you could say. He's feeling it. Yoisar, he is definitely feeling it. The last 5 points for Warsaw. Comes up with a steal. Not a lot of hesitation on that 3-point basket. Good patience. And there's going to be a last second heave if they can get the ball up in time. And they do. Oh, it almost goes in, but it doesn't. So Maurice Creamer on the other end, he was the player for Bamberg who put that shot in. And what a game we have. 43-39. And it has been back and forth, to say the least. And some big-time heads-up plays. Yanari Yoisar, 3-point shot for Warsaw to end the first half. And, well, he had the last 5 points. And Bamberg there, they looked like they were going to coast to a little bit of a lead heading into halftime. But Warsaw dug down and, well, took the lead again. We will take a quick break and be back after halftime. Well, basketball fans, if you're still around, we'll talk quickly before we take a little bit of a pause. Just wanted to give a pause there for our commercial partners of the ENBL, European North Basketball League, as Warsaw, well, they were trailing before the last minute heading into halftime, and nice little finish, strong finish to end the second quarter. They're up 43-39. Really, free throw shooting, being aggressive, getting to the free throw line has been a big advantage for Warsaw. They're 11 of 13, 84% from the free throw line, compared to just 4 of 6 from the free throw line for Bamberg. All 6 of those free throw attempts coming just in the second quarter. They didn't even get to the free throw line in the first quarter. 3-point shooting, 3 of 14 for the visitors, only 21%. But no fear, because Warsaw are just 2 of 9. They're 22%, no bigger than that last one by number 21, Yanari Yoisar, who is one of the top leaders for Warsaw heading into halftime. He has 9 points now, 3 of 5, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, doing absolutely everything he can try and get his team a win, and he is the leading scorer for Warsaw, and the leading scorer for Bamberg Baskets is none other than Keyshawn Fiesel. No surprise there. Talked about him before the game. The big mound down low, doing a little bit of everything. He's knocked down a three. He has 7 points. Only one rebound, though. They might need him to contribute a little bit more on the defensive end. We are going to take a quick break while all the friends in the gym are as well, and we will be right back with second half action. Thank you. halftime wrapping up here in Warsaw, as I hope you get to enjoy some of those highlights from the first half. And a lot of highlights to show from both teams. This game has really been back and forth. Talked about the high scores right before we left for our little break at halftime. And there you're getting to watch and experience and enjoy, I guess you could say, some of the highlights and the high scores, the leaders of that first half action. Well, I mentioned it has been a back and forth battle all game long. Warsaw came out, played well, were aggressive, got to the free throw line a lot in that first quarter, a lot in the first half, but more in the first quarter. And, you know, Bamberg seemed to get control. They had a couple more fast break opportunities, maybe easier basket opportunities, I guess you could say. And when it just kind of seemed like Bamberg baskets were going to take the lead into halftime, a big, I would say, minute. The last minute of that second quarter was all the team in white Warsaw basketball. They just dominated, took over, and that's why they had that slight 4-point lead heading into the third quarter. As we talked about the leaders, obviously Yowisar, Yanari Yowisar, number 21 for Warsaw. What a game he has been having. 9 points already. He averages 10.5 points a game in this ENBL season, this year's season. And big first half for him. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. And that's exactly what he did when he knocked down that last 3-point shot to the last bucket for Warsaw heading into halftime. And then obviously Sean Fiesel, he's the key to this Bamberg Baskets team. And he has done that. He has 7 points. I thought for a stretch there, Ronaldo Zegu really came out, was aggressive for himself, but then also creating for his teammates. Kind of got their momentum going for a little bit. Drew a lot of fouls. I would say took up a lot of the defense's worries for Warsaw and was able to create for his teammates. He has 6 points. And we have the statistics of the game, like I was talking about, how it was a lot Bamberg baskets until the last minute or so, and Warsaw just taking over. But it doesn't matter because it is a new half, folks, and it is the quarterfinal day. And we have second half action, third quarter underway here, 43-39. Team, don't get out of here. How about that block? Leads to a break, and they're going to have to foul, but that is going to be a highlight reel, folks. And take a look at this. What you thought was a wide open layup was actually ending up being a huge block, and not much you could do other than take a foul. There is Radisevich on the defensive end. 31 had to take a foul for his teammates, and just a great heads up play. I think it was Moritz Krimmer for Bamberg, as there he is setting the screen, and good job there. Noah Locke coming off that down pick. No good on the shot though, as he was wide open. That 3-point attempt. They get it back though. Well, he missed one. Shooters don't miss 2 in a row as he knocks that one down. That actually hit nothing but net. He averages almost, I would say, 13 points a game for this team. So a little bit of a, I guess you could say, a slow start for numero uno, number 1 in black, as we just saw his 3-point bucket go in, as he now has 7 points, had 4 points before that. And his first 3-point shot made basket on that offensive rebound 3-point shot that he put up. And nice little switch there of the hand as he takes the contact and finishes with his left hand and earns himself a trip to the free throw line. Is, for me, the player of the game so far. Yanari Yowisar, number 21, back at the free throw line. He's been there a couple times today. He's been there twice today. He's 2 of 2 He now has 11 points on the game with that made basket. And, well, even the best are sometimes not perfect, as he misses that free throw. And not able to capitalize. Can he tie it? No, he can't. And that shot, no good. As Warsaw come down with the rebound. Put a full court pressure here by Locke. And turning the corner, kicks to the corner. And that shot kind of in and out, rolls off the rim. As Bamberg come up with a defensive rebound. They push the tempo here. And that pass, no good. And might be an unsportsmanlike foul. I'm not sure if the referee is going to talk about it. I don't think it was automatic. Was it a play on the ball? I do see, yep, there you see it. The referees are talking about it. Well, you guys can't see in your screen, but we can see in the gym. And they said absolutely it was an unsportsmanlike. It was not a play on the ball. And here, we get to take a look here. So here's that turnover. Miscommunication. And I don't think it was the initial contact of the shoulder. I think it was more of his left arm after, where he kind of just grabbed the offensive player, didn't even let him really go anywhere. I think that was the unsportsmanlike foul, why they were able to easily call it an unsportsmanlike, which obviously, is a foul that referees believe is not within the movements. It wasn't a play on the ball, and it wasn't a normal moving contact. And nice little hang time there, offensive rebound. And another 2 points for that man, player of the game, numero 21, Yanari Yoisar. Big game for him. He did miss a free throw, so he is perfect, as he is doing everything right now to keep his team above. That's going to be a kickball, so ball is going to be reset. A little late on the pass intended for Watson. Moving foul is going to go against Fiesel. So ball back to the home team. There's a little bit of frustration, I think, now coming from this German team, as all momentum, confidence just seems like the home team has it. They had it going into halftime. They have it coming out of this halftime. Excuse me, just so excited to start this third quarter. Backdoor cut. Oh, great pass through the arms of the defender, and just a heads up backdoor cut. And we have seen that. That has to be the third or fourth backdoor made basket in this game for Warsaw. Little hang time is no good, as he had no one to pass to. And no real numbers, but a foul, though, is going to be committed by Watson. And I think that's the fourth team foul. So, again, causing Bamberg Baskets, the team in black, to have to foul and slow down the break has been a very big key point of emphasis, I think, for Warsaw in this game. Well, they do it on the one end. They also do it on the other end, as Warsaw there. And really, number 4, you saw him, Schlehecka. Not a lot he can do other than take a foul to really slow down the break. Only the second team foul, though, compared to 4 team fouls for the visitors. And that is going to be another offensive foul. So the second offensive foul call in this quarter going against Bamberg Baskets. So ball back to Warsaw. Well, when it's your day, it's your day. And sometimes that's the way it is, especially in quarters too. Teams sometimes, I don't want to say rewarded, because I don't think it is conscious or done on purpose at all, referees. But if a team's playing well, usually referees, I would say, sometimes side with the team that is playing well. I always say, the more aggressive team, the more active team, is usually the team that wins the referee battle, meaning you get calls to go for you rather than against you. Skip pass, gives it up. That 3-point shot, again, front rim by, I think it was Zegu, who, you know, I mentioned it. I need to go back and maybe look at his university stats. My opinion, not a big 3-point shooter, absolutely capable of shooting threes. The man shoots in the 30s, mid 30s, maybe 31, 33%, I would say roughly in this year's ENBL season. So absolutely capable. But in 8 games, I think he's only put up around 15 3-point attempts. So it's really not that much. Shooters shoot. Promise, if you're a 3-point shooter, you're going to average at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 3-point shot attempts a game. And that's not something that Ronaldo Zigu does for this Bamberg basket. Well, a 4-point lead is now a 10-point lead for the home team. And how about that shooter's touch, though? Well, I mentioned he wasn't a shooter. I think he's excellent getting to the basket, and I think he has an incredibly quick first step, and he has an incredibly efficient pull-up jump shot. Is Ronaldo Zigu. I just don't think that his 3-point shot is his quality offensively. And the response, it is starting to light up, and we have a timeout. Anton Gabel, head coach of Bamberg Baskets, he wants to talk about it because he is going to have to do something different, especially defensively, possibly offensively, if he does not want this game to get out of reach. Remember, this is a home and away situation. You can win on the road. You give yourself a really big advantage going back playing at home in 2 weeks from now. What are they going to do differently? Because they need to do something differently right now. It is a 12-5 run in the first 4 and 14 seconds of this third quarter. And there's the pull-up. Great hang time, nice high release. You got the shooter's roll, nice little soft touch. And here was the response to that 2-point shot. Nothing but net on the other end. 3-point basket. Just their third 3-point basket of the game, I believe it is. Yeah, they had 2 made 3-point attempts in the first, and already won early here in the third. Meanwhile, 3-point ball not falling for Bamberg Baskets. They're just 4 of 18 in the game. And let's see what they can do. Well, worked before, why not go to it again? I think that's a pretty good shot. Maybe he could have got all the way to the basket. He was definitely open, though, and we know that he can knock down that sort of a pull-up. I don't know if it's the most high efficient shot Bamberg Baskets could have got out of the timeout, though. Little step back, 3-point shot that hits off the back of the rim. Stanage there for the defensive rebound. Bamberg now need to play with a little bit of momentum. They need to see the ball go in the hoop, but they need to see the ball go in the hoop easily, I think. Coming alive is that man. 4 points already in the third quarter as he is trying to get his team back in this game. And when they went on that run in the second quarter, let's not forget number 10, Ronaldo Zigu, was a big part of that run. He missed one the last possession down. That one back iron as well. And just the rebounding foul is going to go against Yanari Yoisar, number 21 from Warsaw. And not a bad shot, really good looking shot. He was open, no defender there in front of him. Shot went off the back rim. And And, I really think if you're the kind of shooter that number 31 Nikola Radijasevich is throughout the season, throughout his career, I don't think it's a bad shot for him to put up. He's dealt with a little bit of injuries so far in this season, but you go back, you look at the history of his career as a shooter, and those are good looks. He would absolutely someone that you would say, yeah, you know what? I want him to shooting threes for me when he's left open. All the way to the basket. Nice hands on the defensive end. Oh, but the referee's going to call a foul. I didn't see it from my angle. I think Horvath disagrees with the call as well. As, we have the advantage as commentators, and also those of you watching online, we have the advantage sometimes of having a replay, and you can say, oh yeah, the referee got it absolutely right. But in real life and in game time, you say, what are you talking about? I didn't see that call at all. Well, Coach Gavel, all that timeout a few possessions ago, trying to get his team going defensively, offensively. The 55-48 lead. Well, no, make that 57-48 lead. I think it was a 2-point bucket. Let's see in the corner. And Lofton now trying to get the offensive going. Dribble handoff. Lofton has it back. It's going to be a tough basket. Oh, good job cleaning up the glass is Stanich. Not able to put it away, though. Well, the great Bill Watson. Oh, whoa! What a fast break done. Where did that come from? Oh, Denzel Anderson. Kicking back the time. Nice heads-up play. Good job running the break. Lofton able to knock down a pull-up jumper of his own. And right now, Bamberg, no easy baskets. They're having to go with more contested pull-up jump shots, which is not the easiest shot in basketball. Nice penetration, left-hand finish. Easy basket as he looks over to the bench and he says, I've been giving it my all. You give me a substitution, coach. It was a Shledka. That's good for the sub. And I'm not sure if coach saw, to be honest. Oh, talk about a fake. Well, definitely got the defense up and off his feet. Didn't leave his own feet, and gonna take a foul. So that's gonna be the 4th team foul. As Denzel Anderson looks a little gassed as well. We know number 4, Mateusz Szlachetka, asked for a substitution the last time down on defense. And I mentioned it. This would be a great way for Warsaw to they're in a little bit of a slump now if you take their Polish basketball league and what they've been doing in their domestic league, and talk about a win here at home in front of your home crowd to really get momentum going for that last kick into the playoffs, into the playoff time in both the domestic and the ENBL season. And well, that's going to be 2 free throws. Heading to the free throw line is Kevin Woolrath. As well, maybe you don't see it necessarily on the scoreboard, but I do think after that timeout by Coach Gavel, Bamberg Baskets have come out a little bit more fire in their movements, what they're doing defensively, compared to how they started this 3rd quarter. Warsaw now still leading by 9, had a double-digit lead. Go inside. He's got a great face-up. That's exactly what he does. Fights the defender, draws the foul, and he's going to earn himself a trip to the free throw line. So Andre Wessing, good job. And easy call by the referee. See that right hand? Oh, it's also the reaction. He knew right away that he touched his hand. Easy call by the referee. Even if they hadn't seen it, I think the reaction of Kevin Woolrath would have made the referee blow her whistle. And it's a 10-point game, 62-52. We have just under 2 minutes here to play in the third quarter. Bamberg want to get something to the basket, and that one, I think it was Lofton, maybe dribbled a little bit off his foot, a little bit too excited, and that's a turnover. Neither team averaging necessarily, in my opinion, a lot of turnovers. I think that might just be the 9th or the 10th. It's not great. Obviously, a coach would love to see one turnover a quarter, but it's also not out of anything unordinary, I would say. And that shot no good. We have a rebounding foul though, and I think it's gonna go against Bamberg. Let's see this. So wasn't a shooting foul, but because Bamberg baskets are in bonus, that puts the big man to the line. Bartosz, 63-52, just over a minute to play here in the third. And well, what a quarter for the fans here in Warsaw, Poland, as they are being treated to some amazing basketball. It has been a back and forth game and a huge third quarter. We'll talk about that during the break, especially for Warsaw, and really nice basketball. As quick turnaround. Nice heads-up play there by Stanic, Philip Stanic. Quick turnaround shot for him. Isn't able to convert, but he draws a foul, so he's going to the free throw line. Free throw attempts, 17 of 22 for Warsaw, compared to 6 of 8. Make that 6 of 9 for Bamberg baskets. And not able to convert the first, but makes the second. So cuts into that lead a little bit. It is still a double-digit lead, 11-point lead, 64-53. Last possession, last shot, I imagine, wanted to throw the alley-oop. It is no good for Warsaw. So there's going to be, a couple more possessions. That possession was winding down and turning the corner. Oh, nice cut. Great job there. Stanic, great heads-up play. Nice cut to the basket as he flushes it home. 55-64. He has the last 3 points for Bamberg baskets. And shot clock's at 5. Bamberg, they'll get the ball back with a few seconds left. Oh, great block. It's going to be out of bounds. Doesn't matter, folks, because that is a 24-second violation. As nice job there defensively, covers the shooters. So ball is going to go back. Here's that block. Tries to save it, but again, like I said, it didn't matter because it was a 24-second violation. And we have 8 seconds, just under 9 seconds, I should say, left on the clock. They get it into Speedy there. Dziki, what can he create? Oh, nice little hesitation, penetration. That's a 3-point bucket. How about that, folks? And it goes. Way to cut the lead. It is 64-58. What was a double-digit 11-point lead 2 or 3 possessions ago is now a 2-possession game for Warsaw after a absolutely wonderful, let's say 9.5 minutes, minimum 9 minutes of play for Warsaw during that third quarter. They are now only up 2 possessions, 64-58. They're up 6. Bamberg Baskets never giving up, coming back the last few possessions of that third quarter. Well, what a third quarter, 21-19. Both teams coming out, doing a good job scoring, but it was all Warsaw basketball. Dziki Warsaw, they were absolutely great for, I would easily say, 8.5 minutes, 9 minutes. They were doing it defensively, especially doing it defensively. They were also getting things rolling offensively, and then just the last few possessions, obviously that big time 3-point bucket, as we get to watch some highlights here from the third quarter. And it was really all Warsaw, and a little bit of a run to end the third quarter brings Bamberg Basket right back into it. It's only a 2-possession game, 2 3-pointers, and this game is tied, and that is what basketball is all about. It is a momentum game, to say the least, and I think these two teams have shown that here tonight. We are 10 minutes away from deciding who wins the first of this quarterfinal matchup. These two teams will play against each other again back on the 19th of March. So mark your calendars. And this is what the ENBL playoffs is all about. A great, strong, aggressive move getting to the basket is Yanari Yoisar. He's going to go to the free throw line again. And look at this, just turns the corner, not much Stanic can do as he just reaches, tries to make a play on the ball. I think it was an easy call by the referee. Take a quick look to see if anyone's in foul trouble. I didn't look at that during the break for you guys. And so we have E.B. Watson. He has 3 personal fouls. Zegu has 2. Horvath has 2. Field has 3. And a few other players have 2. So no one really in big foul time trouble for Bamberg Baskets. And now for Dziki Warsaw, we have Anderson has 2. Fulkerson has 2. Radisevich has 2. No one with more than 2. So really in a good position. And well, talk about that free throw shooting. It has been absolutely great. Going to the line a lot more than they normally do. Also shooting a very high percentage. I don't think they're a bad free throw shooting team. I think they've had bad free throw shooting games, and that's really brought their percentage down, especially when you figure, ENBL, both these teams have played eight games during the regular season. It's not a lot when you compare it to what they're doing in the domestic league, and you have 1 or 2, 3 max bad shooting nights as a team that can really bring your shooting percentage down throughout the season when you have only played 8 games. But here tonight, do not worry, 18 of 24, they're hanging around 75%. They've shot the ball well all night long from the free throw line, and that's something Bamberg Baskets are going to have to be conscious about. And it's a shooting foul. No, is it? Captain Grajowski. Nice heads up play if it is a shooting foul. Let's see. Okay, no, that was definitely before the shot. So, mentioned it. Number 7, he is the captain. As Coach Gavel. Oh, no, sorry. It's not a shooting foul, but they called an unsportsman foul because it wasn't a play on the ball. And really, some questionable fouls here, I would have to say, by Bamberg Baskets during the course of this game. They've really put themselves into a difficult situation by committing fouls early in each quarter, I'm not just talking about right now as they have 3 team fouls and we still have over 9 minutes to play. We saw them do it in the first quarter. We saw them do it in the second quarter, a little bit better in the third quarter, but maybe they were less aggressive. And that's why we saw Warsaw jump out to a nice double-digit lead there in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. Nice pick and roll action and an easy 2-point basket. And, well, you got to call a timeout if your team is playing like this. And I think that's exactly what has happened. As, well, referees are going to huddle as well. Sorry about that. Referee also huddling. So we have 3 fouls from Bamberg Baskets. We have a lot of time left to play. As well, you know, coaches, teams can have timeouts. Referees can have timeouts as well. And, you know, a big concern for Bamberg Basket has to be the fact that they've already committed 3 fouls. They want to get back into this game. How are you going to slow down the tempo if you can't use your fouls to slow it down? How are you going to play aggressive defense if you can't maybe take a couple more risks playing aggressively because you're worried about picking up that 4th foul, picking up that 5th foul, and putting a Warsaw home team on the free throw line, you know, the rest of this 4th quarter? Pick and roll. That's the action before the timeout. Worked perfectly. Captain to his big man. That's exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. (70-58), 5-0 run to start. So that foul, that last free throw you saw was a technical, a technical foul by head coach Anton Gavel of Bamberg Baskets. So that was called. I think it was called before the timeout, and then the timeout happened, and that was that free throw that you saw by number 21 Yanari Yohisar. So Stanic with the hustle play and not able to come up with it, though. Come up with the ball. I mean, we saw Bamberg Baskets come back in that third quarter. They didn't start strong. They didn't start aggressive scoring. I think they gave up a few too many easy baskets also for the home team. Aggressive drive, no good. Fight for the rebound and pushing the tempo is Watson. Watson goes all the way to the basket and an easy finish for him. So good job defensively and a defensive rebound leading to an quick, easy 2-point basket is exactly what Bamberg Baskets needs right now. It's a 10-point game. It was a 6-point game heading into the 4th, and then a 5-0 start. And that's a foul. That is an old school 4-point play, folks. And what a game. Number 21, Yanari Yohisar. He has been feeling it all game long. It was even a step back. I didn't see the step back. I saw the ball go in. And, well, easy call by the referee. I know it's a frustrating one as Philip Stanic, he just wanted to try and I don't think he was going for the block. I think he was just trying to, you know, deter the eyesight, try and contest the shot, make it as difficult as possible. And you got to let shooters land where they take off. And that didn't happen. And that's why we see a 4-point play happen. And another 2 points, sorry, I should say 1 point, 4 points for number 21. What a game. He's almost at the 20-point mark. He has 19 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Sorry, 10 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds. An absolutely monster game. Almost a 20-10 night. And now it is becoming complicated. Weston gets all the way to the basket. And Bamberg now gonna have to do something. And three-point shots have not necessarily been falling for them throughout the course of this game. I don't know if settling for contested three-point shots is exactly what you need to do. There's still a ton of time. You're down 16. I know that feels like a lot, but a couple quick fast break opportunities. You get 3 stops, you get 3 scores. It's a 10-point game. And that momentum, that kind of a change can happen in about a minute and 10. And there's still a lot of time left to play. And rebounding foul. So ball is going to be white. Not sure if I didn't see the initial play. Sorry, I was looking at the stat sheet and well, Fiesel called for the foul for sure. And well, that 3-point bucket is good. As Maurice Creamer knocks it down from 3. So 13-point game. It's not about winning or losing. We know that both these teams play each other again. Right now, it is about the score. And you do not want this score to get away from you. Absolutely. If you can get a win or a two-hand flush, you're going to go for it. As Bartosz gets all the way to the basket. Nice give and go action. And an easy 2-point dunk for him. As a little bit of a matchup zone. I think it's going to be a moving screen call going against Bamberg baskets. Yes, it is. So ball back. Look at this. Pass, slips the screen, no dribble, gets all the way to the basket. Easy basketball. That is pretty basketball. (78-63). Dribble handoff. Weston gives it up. He gets it back though. Little shake and bake, little step back, sidestep, that 3-point shot, no good. Offensive rebound though, great offensive rebound, but he was out of bounds, so it is going to be black ball. Well, 78-63. Coach already has one technical. He can't get too heated. As you don't want him to leave the game. And it's a turnover, and it is going to be an easy 2-point. I was going to say it's going to be an easy 2-point basket, but reaching in to prevent the easy basket is Ronaldo Zigu. And, well, nice heads-up play there defensively. Mateusz Bartosz. As really everyone contributing for Warsaw. It is a joy to watch. (79-63). We got over half to play here in the fourth quarter. And that is a lot of time, especially with the way that this game has gone. Throughout the course of this game, it has really been a game of momentum. We've seen both teams go on scoring runs. Dziki gets it back, pick and roll action. He gives it up to Watson. Watson gets all the way to the basket. Nice little left-hand kiss off the backboard. And they're not going away, folks. 79-65. Anderson gives it back up. It's a deep three. Oh, when it rains, it pours here in Poland. 79-75. And everyone, absolutely everyone, nice little response, but that response is only 2 points. It was a 3-point basket. It was 79, it's 82-65. And wow, what a deep 3-point shot. Really everyone playing with confidence right now for this Warsaw team. The home team in white doing absolutely everything going their way, and that's going to be a steal. No foul. Nice steal, and they slowed it down, and they got it to that man, and he says, I can play this game too, as another 3-point basket for the home team in white, as they have started to make it rain, folks. Pretty sure I gotta go look outside. It definitely is raining here in Warsaw, Poland. 85-67. Let's not forget, I talked about the statistics at halftime. You guys might have already taken your break or switched over to the other game, but they only had 2 made threes at halftime. I think they have 3 made threes, 3 in this quarter alone. They have 6 now as a team, as I'm pretty sure Coach, I could be wrong, I think Coach Gavel is using his last timeout. I could be wrong. I need to go look that up. Right now, though, I need to check out the statistics, because this 3-point shooting by Warsaw, Anderson, we saw him knock down his second 3-pointer in the game just a little while ago. Obviously, Yanari Yoisar, the Finnish international, just going off. He's having a great game. He's made a couple threes for them. Has participated in this 3-point shooting bonanza in this quarter alone. Humula hit one. He was one of those who hit one early in the game in the first half. And let's compare that to, well, you know, Bamberg, they're 6-25 as well. They're just taking more attempts, though, than Warsaw. And Fiesel, his shot, no good off the back of the iron. So make that 6 of 26 from 3-point range. And that's a turnover. Now you got to stay aggressive. You don't have to settle right now. You can foul, get to the free throw line, stop the clock. They're going to say that the foul was on the ground, though. And we got 3.5 minutes. 85-67. This game isn't in reach. Oh, it's going to be a coach's challenge. So they want to see if they can upgrade the foul, and if it was a shooting foul or if it was even a foul on the ball. And hopefully we'll get a camera angle for you guys, and we'll be able to check in and see what the referees see and are saying as well. Unfortunately, you're seeing what I'm seeing as well. Here we go. Here we have the playback. So let's watch and listen in. Well, regular foul, but it is going to be a shooting foul, so not upgraded to an unsportsmanlike or anything like that, but the foul was not on the floor. It was a shooting foul. Zigus knocks down his first of 2 attempts. It's actually his first trip to the free throw line in the game. And make that 2 of 2 from the charity stripe. 85-69. 3.5 remaining here in Poland. It has been a game. Well, I talked about it at the beginning of the game. If you're just tuning in now, I mean, this Warsaw team, they average around 86 points a game. So you're not overly surprised that they're shooting this kind of a way. It's the contribution from absolutely everyone. And I talked about that before the game started. I said, you know what, this is playoff time. You have those players who statistically have been very consistent all season long. And that's going to be a foul. So another trip to the free throw line. And this is the best thing for Bamberg baskets. You go to the free throw line, you get to earn points, and you also get to stop the clock. So what I was talking about before is you have those consistent players. Like, I knew, I thought Szlachecka Mateus was going to have a good game because he always has a good game. He's very consistent. Obviously, I expected Yanari Yoisar. I talked about him before the game. I thought he was going to have his consistent, contribution of X amount of points, X amount of rebounds per game. And in all the other players, Anderson, I didn't know he was going to start to step up and shoot the lights out like he has for this team. I think Weston's come in and done a really good job. And at playoff time of year, and this is what it is. This is the European National Basketball League. It is playoff time, baby. It is quarterfinal action. And you need to be ready and you need to have someone else step up. And that is exactly what we have seen as Weston gets all the way to the basket for another 2 points for him. All reversal, lefty 3-point shot. That is in and out. Good looking shot though, and able to save that defensive rebound. So, time and score, you don't want to necessarily pass up on good opportunities, but you don't want to and you don't need to. Well, that you don't need a foul because you're just going to put him to the free throw line. And, well, another trip to the free throw line where they have had success. 23 of 30. 30, well, let's say 31 free throw attempts for Warsaw compared to it's almost double. It is double, excuse me. It's double the amount of times that Bamberg baskets have go. And I'm sure Coach Anton Gavel is going to look back and he's going to say, you know what, we deserve to go to the free throw line more. And maybe the referees missed a few opportunities to put to put the visitors on the free throw line. But I have to admit, from the beginning of the game, I thought Bamberg Baskets committed too many fouls away from the basket, away from the shot. And a lot of these free throw attempts have been because of bonus situations, not even scoring fouls where a referee is making the decision to put a player on the free throw line. And I think Dziki, Warsaw, they were aggressive, they pushed the tempo, and they made Bamberg Baskets have to foul away from the basket to try and slow them down. 92-71. We got a minute and a half left to play. It has been a 28-13 fourth quarter. They were trailing by 6 heading into the fourth quarter. They were down by double digits in the third. They were down 10, 11 at one point. Big run at the end, the last minute of the third quarter for Bamberg Baskets. They cut the lead to 6. You felt like momentum was on their side. They knocked down that big three-point shot heading into the time between the third and fourth quarter. And what a response by the home team, the team in white. They have just absolutely dominated. They have dominated offensively, and they have got stops in the defensive end. Oh, talk about stops coming from the help side. And that one, though, I think it's going to be called for the foul. Again, nice pass, nice cut. And yeah, I saw it. I think it's foul is going to go against Black for sure. As another trip to the free throw line, Fulkerson knocks down his first. And can't make the second. So over 30 free throw attempts. Well, Radosevich, I'm not sure that was really kind of necessary. It was an easy call to get his hand on the driver who was trying to get to the lane. And I mentioned it, go to the free throw line, stop the clock. You have to try, you can't give up right now. You have to try and cut into this league. And well, you know what? I followed the ENBL this season. I hope you guys did as well. I'm sure you did if you're tuning in. I really thought heading into this game, not just because of rankings. I know that Bamberg Baskets are ranked a little bit higher than Dziki Warsaw. You know, obviously they finished 6-2 in the regular season, third in Group A. Bamberg Baskets 7-1, second in Group B. Both of them lost to good teams. It wasn't like their losses were out of nowhere, I would say, at least for Warsaw. Same for Bamberg Baskets. I mean, that loss was a long time ago as well. I think it was back in November. And I talked a little bit earlier too, if you're just kind of tuning in, it's been a little bit of a hard time for the home team. If we want to add in also what's happening in the Polish domestic league, you know, a little bit of a losing streak. And I said if they can get a win here at home, and they're going to get their momentum. They're going to get their mojo back. They are going to feel good heading into the second game of the quarterfinals, but also heading into their game this weekend as well. And that's going to be a moving foul called, I believe it is. And we have a timeout on the floor. And I mentioned it. This timeout is to draw up something, talk about what they want to do on this next offensive possession, talk about what they want to do on defense, and then talk about hopefully what they're going to do on their second offensive possession, because they can really go for a 2-for-1 here. Running out a little bit of time for a 2-for-1. But right now, you want to try and win by as much as you possibly can. It rained, and it rained a lot in the second half. That was a deep, deep 3-point bucket by Ratty Savage. Nice extra pass. And here's just the lights out shooting, especially in the second half for Warsaw. Right now they're at 7-22. They've already made 5, and I believe 5 in the second half, and I believe 4 of those have come in the fourth quarter, if I'm not wrong. 31-16. The home team has outscored the visitors, so they're going to try and take as much time as they can off the clock. Obviously, Bamberg, they don't want to score. They want to play good defense. They want to get a stop, and then they want to try and get down and score on the other end quickly if they can. And that shot, no good, but time is going to run out, and the fans are happy. Coach has to have a smile on his hand. Not that coach. That's Anton Gavel's Bamberg Baskets. He obviously is not too happy with his team, how his team performed. They allowed 94 points. You know that you're never going to score the same as you do at home, but you got to step up and you got to do it defensively. To give up 95 points on the road is going to be hard, because it'll be hard for you to score 95 more points on the road. Now, that is it, folks. Dziki Warsaw 95, Bamberg Baskets 74. They've got the first win of this quarterfinal bracket. And these two teams will be heading back to Germany. And obviously Warsaw with a nice little lead, 21-point lead. They're going to be heading there. I believe they play not this week, the week after, the 19th of March. And well, all smiles, but trying to keep it cool. And they needed this win. They really needed this win at home, not just for this ENBL season, but also for their Polish domestic league season. And I think this was a statement win of the work that they put in all season. They know that they've been in a little bit of rut, that they hadn't gave up. They still put in the same effort. They still came and did their job, and it absolutely paid off for them here tonight. As well, smiles now. And obviously, Coach doesn't smile a lot. Yeah, there he is. He turned around. He's smiling. He's going to take a photo, and he has to be incredibly happy with the way that his team played tonight. Coach Zablowski, congratulations to you, your staff, and your players. He said, "Oh, I forgot. It's been a while since we won." And well, there's the captain. Obviously happy with the way that his team has played as well. And before we go, I just want to talk a little bit about statistics for you. Mentioned it, they finished shooting 7-22, not a huge percentage, but don't forget, at least 5 of those came in the second half. So 15 points alone from 3-point range in the second half, 26-34 from free throw range. 76%. And it's not really the percentage of shot, it's the fact that they scored 26 times. They went 34 times compared to just 14 of 18 for the visiting team, Bamberg Baskets, and they were 6-27. I thought they did a decent job. Rebounding. Both teams actually pretty equal rebounding, and a couple high scorers for you. Well, we have 5 players in double digits for Warsaw. Obviously, for me, player of the game, he cooled off a little bit in that fourth quarter, but they didn't need him either. He got to enjoy a little bit more time on the bench in that fourth quarter. Is number 21. Absolutely remarkable game. Yanari Yoisar. He had 19 points. He was the top scorer in this game. Double-double, 10 rebounds to go along with his 19 points. Top scorer for Bamberg Baskets is, no surprise, Ronaldo Zigu. He was really trying to get things going, knocking down those pull-up jump shots that he is known for. He finished with 16 points, and Krimmer, a little bit of participation. Maurice Krimmer as well, and Noah Locke each finished with 10 points apiece. Well, that is it, folks, from Warsaw, Poland. A big, big game day 1 in these quarterfinals. It is the European North Basketball League. We are checking out Warsaw winning, beating Bamberg Baskets 95-74. Thanks for tuning in.
And your starters for Voluntari, Mike Caffey, Etler Davis, the big fella, Alex Ola, Lewis Skinner, and the sharpshooter Cody Justice. And for your home team, representing Katy, Texas, Cameron McGusty, Andre Pluta, Celines, Mikael Kalinda, and EJ Onu. Buckle up your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. We got playoff basketball. Game number 3. Make sure you subscribe to the ENBL YouTube channel for all of your playoff basketball action. Our referees of the night, Vladimir Zenev from Bulgaria, Mikhail Sosin from Poland, and Vlad Theokotrobas from Romania. Onu and Ola for the tip and Platas as Legia strikes first. Kalinda over the top. Ready to take the roof down with that one. Great defense by Voluntari. Caffey skips it over to Justice. Gets in the paint. Nice pass. Big fella. And the road team strikes first. Big time shot there by Alex Ola. Can't stretch the floor from that range, but you'll see him busy in the night, in the paint, sealing and posting. 2-0 here, 9:26 remaining. If you're just joining us, welcome to Poland. 2 versus 3 in the ENBL quarterfinals is Plato. Stumbles. And we'll have a baseline out of bounds with a fresh 14-second shot clock. Take another look at that. Off the foot of the defender. Onu. In a ball screen action with McGusty. Gets tipped up. And Etler Davis swings on the rim for two. And the visitors with a dream start. Home team offense not looking as fluid. As I mentioned before, new head coach just came in last week. But Onu gets fouled and he'll head to the line to shoot two. Nice little pocket pass there from Plata. Keep your eyes on him. Unlimited range.